YouTube, what's up? Summer fun or sumer fun. Of course, we have all the faculties of everything in creation that is supposedly beneath us, whether it's mineral, plant, or animated. So we have the ability to capture light and store it, or what people call photosynthesis. So we have the choice of storing light or going to the store. So it really just is knowledge storage or store age. So it really has everything to do with coming together, remembering, storing all the facets of you instead of letting them be outside of you, and seeing no disconnection between outside of you and inside of you. So the more that you store your age, or store all the pieces of you, because that's all it is you, all the melanin or the dark matter, what have you, that grapevine that connects us all, that substance or non-substance, void substance, whatever, what have you, what you want to identify it as, you're getting it all back. All that you gave out is coming back. So you store it. It is store age. So you are returning to the source and remembering. So the more you remember, the more you know your true past. And the more you know your true past, the more you change the future. And as we uncover or discover or however you want to look at it, as we remove all the fodder and be our own father, and we remove ourselves from the feudal system or the feudal system, and we're in a future system, which is the now, or the knowing that the past, yesterday, is today or tomorrow, and that they're all an illusion in a sense. So really it just comes down to, again, knowledge of self, being full of the knowledge of self, and remembering, coming back to one, being wholesome. And then we can stimulate the wholesomeness in others, and we can see the wholesomeness in everything in life, and it just further reminds us or remembers us of what we are and what we aren't. So the more that we store, and the less that we see lack, because those will happen simultaneously, of course, the more that the past will change. And really, it's the future. The future is now. So as we get in touch with our true past by remembering, we change the past because we realize what the true past is. So we realize things like King George III, who was a melanated person, was the last king of the American colonies. We realize that hemp was something that Washington, who was also melanated himself, he was growing that. Things like that. All that is true past. Those are inklings of the true past, pieces of the melanin coming back to us. So as we further get in touch with knowledge of self and ourselves in general, and that the void, as soon as we can harness that and stop giving ourselves away like that to our false self, because all we're doing is siphoning off our energy to our false selves that we create to appease other people's dreams. So the more that we store, the more store age that we go through and have, or that goes through us, the more we change the future and the past, and the more we realize that we are constantly time traveling, and that there is only a now, and the speed of light is the same as the speed of stillness. They are no different as far as relative feeling. So we are changing the past and the present and the future. We are time travelers. And the more we have people engaging in this in a conscious manner, the more that the true past will be realized, the more that we can project and see our true futures, which are of peace and wholesomeness within ourselves. And we can see the abundance in life, and we can get rid of that false sense of lack that is created from the false self that we feed into, that false, these personas that we create to appease people throughout our day, and to even appease our false self, because it's an egotistical thing just to get people to like our false self that we create. We create this false self that we parade around with to basically, we trick ourselves into believing that it's us. Then we trick everybody else around us into believing that that's our true essence, when it's only a piece of our essence. And it's basically just, truth wrapped in lie. And since we're doing that, we feel accomplished because we've duped everybody into thinking that this is the true self. Again, it's just hilarious. So Once we get back to the void and the true self, the immortal self, then we can get into the store age, and then we can get to our real lifetime timeline, and we can see our true timelessness and all our absolute abilities, all our, and our absolute market positions in different various aspects of life, so that we will always have abundance and see abundance. So again, you can check out the books online, Amazon, Our Bud Vegan on Amazon, Jesus Christ 19 on IG, Taylor Bud or Jesus Christ on Facebook, the Human Food Company on Facebook. So it's just Human, HUEMAN, Food, CO. on Facebook. If you want to Google it, that's the easiest way to probably get through Facebook, because they constantly create problems of getting to the parasites known as Taylor Bud and Jesus Christ. So if you want to contact through PayPal to get the books, to get the PDFs, to get the hard copies, instead of going and getting the ebook through Amazon, you can do that. ROYALT 512 at yahoo.com. That is the email Parasite to get the PDFs through, so you can print them out, so you can email them to people instead of being stuck on the ebook thing. I mean, if you have a Droid that has the Kindle app, or if you have a Kindle, then it's easy for you. But for those of us that want the physical, that can want to print it out or want to email it to people, print it out for other people, you can do it through the email ROYALT 512 at Yahoo. Again, it's low fat living, creditability, sleep paralysis, socially paralyzed. Those would be the three that would be, I guess those would be the ones that could remind you of your infinitude the quickest, I guess. I don't know. That's just from my opinion, from my perspective. It's 23 texts on there that could help you. I got different ones for different things, for sexuality, working on one for relationships now, working on a bunch. So, and I'll put it all together, and it will be the iManual, the full iManual, because of course we got the iManual condensed version that's online, that is basically a dissertation or something, basically just a roundup of everything. And when I put all the text together, it will be the iManual, the full thing, and it will all flow in the art science form. So that's that. Just a little reminder as we grow with this moon.